rentals and how rentals work and the speed of how you can make money. That'll keep you riding in this real estate game. What's up, everybody? Rinde Adebayo, digital entrepreneur, real estate entrepreneur, coming to you with another video. Yeah, it's a Sunday. I'm out here. I'm actually in West New York today, and working on rental today. As you can see from the topic of this video, I'm actually showing you guys how to work rentals and how it can, proving to you really how lucrative it could be. It snowed last night. You really can't tell. I'm out here actually right on the water. I have the New York skyline in the background, as you can see. Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. Check out my fit. I've got fur on today and my shoes. Check that out. Yeah, that's my rental showing shoes. So basically today I want to talk to you guys about and this should be a video that will probably help out a lot of new agents, and that is how to make money, quick money off of rentals. There seems to be a myth when you get into this business that it is very difficult. It is a difficult business to break, but there are things that you can learn along the way that'll help transition you when you get started. And one of the key things I always train and I share with new agents, and that is to really try to get into the business and get an established clientele. You need to work with rentals. Some people feel like all renters are just people that are just trying to get by and not really serious, and that's a complete myth. Now I can tell you, I'm a home renting specialist and a rental specialist and a listing specialist here in Bergen County. And some of my best clients really are people who actually, till this day, they still rent. They own property, they own investment property and such, but they also rent. For example, I have a client who made $30 million last year, and believe it or not, in this area, they rent. So the millennials and the people of our generation, what we're seeing more and more of them basically rent properties. It doesn't mean that they don't want home ownership. It doesn't mean that they're not open to the idea. They are. In fact, in this area, we have probably some of the biggest influx and growth nationwide. Bergen County, we have more people moving here specifically because of the New York. I have a friend that's a broker in New York, and New York is just bursting at the seams. I mean, anyone that knows anything about New York, Manhattan is overpriced. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. He's a real estate agent in New York, and he was telling me about a 5-bedroom, and the rent on that was $45,000 a month. Just imagine, $45,000 a month for a 5-bedroom. So here in this market here, you have prices range depending on what you're looking for. 1-bedroom in this area, in this particular area where I am now, I'm actually right in front of Lennar. For those of you who know the area, 1-bedroom can go from $2,100 and up, depending on further in you go, and the type and the quality of property. If it's a brand new, any brand new building, you're looking at $2,000 and up, roughly. But the rental market remains strong, and I think that it will continue to be strong. We don't expect that to change. But the thing is this, when you actually are new to the business, you want to be introduced to people. You want to build your network. So if you're working rentals, you are introduced to people, and those people that are renting today will be buyers tomorrow. So you always have to keep that in mind. Now, what I wanted to do was give you a quick snapshot of how you can make some quick money with this, and that is, I don't know if anyone has seen statistically what the failure rate for real estate agents are, but I can tell you that the failure rate for this industry, roughly about 90% of realtors fail within the first 2 years. And a lot of that is because they get into the business, they don't have the proper mentorship, and they don't really have a way to sustain themselves. They look at it like they give it a try and then they give up. So you can't do that. So in order to not do that, what you want to do is make sure that you sustain yourself by positioning yourself with something that is, feasible. Now, An average real estate transaction can take anywhere from 2 to 3 months, and definitely some even longer, depending on the situation. I've had listings, and I'm a lister in this area. I've had listings take as long as 6, 7 months to close. Different issues, and if it's a short sale, it can be even longer. So, in between the time that it takes me to close one listing, I can do 3 and 4 rentals. Now, the way rentals work is, whether if it's one of my properties or another agent's property, I take, you actually take the client to the property. They like it. We submit basically their credit information. We pull credit. We generally have that prior to, because we pre-qualify people before we take them out. But we pull their credit. We give them the credit report. We submit the application to the owner, and then the owner decides yes or no. And once they do that, the lease is drawn up, and we get paid. Now, in this area, the commission is generally 1 month. So let's say if a person is going for a $2,000 apartment, a 2-bedroom, $2,000 apartment, they have to pay the security deposit, and they also have to pay a month's commission fee. That commission fee gets split between brokers if there's 2 brokers. If it's one broker, for example, then they keep it all. So I'll give you an example. I had a property in Inglewood on the border of Tenafly. It's a house that I rented out basically not long ago, maybe about 2 months ago. And that property is a 4-bedroom on a cul-de-sac right on the border of Tenafly. And I rented that out for $2,000. That, I didn't cooperate with any other agent. In fact, the client was an agent. It's a real estate agent that I knew. And he actually took the place. And I made that. I split after the split with the broker. I made a good amount of money. So my point basically is that I didn't have to wait for a long, drawn-out real estate transaction. I was able to make quick money with that. So I'm telling you this to encourage you. Now, there are hacks and there are secrets that we use, and to not only find the right people, the right tenants that will qualify and move on the properties quickly, because we're in a market right now where it's a seller's market, as you all know, and also we're anticipating that interest rates will go up. This area has very, very good school systems. Different towns, we are rated. There are some of the towns here that are rated as the safest places to live in the nation. So there's a lot of added benefit for Bergen County, and it means a lot of money for us, because whether we're on the waterfront here or whether we're talking about more inland, like where I am, more suburban, off the water, doesn't matter. People are still actually renting and find value in that. And like I said earlier, there are people who are very successful. In this area tends to be a lot of executives, people who are Wall Streeters, and also entrepreneurs, internet entrepreneurs, ironically. And basically they just rent. They have the wherewithal. Now, the good thing about being in that position is because people that are going to eventually buy, you have their contact. And not only that, but think of it. If you're taking and you have a rental client database, you're constantly taking them to buildings, and you're always setting up leases and all that. You're creating and establishing relationships with the people who own the buildings, which tend to be investors. And investors generally have multiple properties. So it's a good way to actually get in there. I do have a course that I have put the link in the description below. And really, it is a rental hack course. It's a super course, and it'll give you inside secrets into how I'm able to actually make 5 figures in addition to what I actually produce annually with rentals. In that course, I show you how to find homes for rent, which is really my bread and butter, which is really where you want to be. That is a different animal than apartment renting. You want to be able to find the homes for rent, and you want to be able to build a business and show yourself that you can actually sustain and not be a statistic in this business. So if you're interested in that, click the link below. I'm always open to share and give, and I really want to be able to establish good relationships with you all. I also want to hear your stories. I sympathize with you, and I want to be able to help guide you from where you are. If you're down and you feel like you want to give up, please leave me a comment below. I'd like to hear from you. My email address is also in the description. But yeah, so until next time, AskRinde.com, digital entrepreneur, real estate entrepreneur. Please shoot me your questions, like, comment, share the video. It really helps us to grow and helps me continue to do more videos like this. It is a great day. I'm going to be out here. I'm waiting on my client to show up for the next appointment that we have. So again, just take the nuggets that I've shared with this video. I don't mean to make the video too long, but trust me, rentals and how rentals work and the speed of how you can make money, that'll keep you riding in this real estate game while you figure your way out, and really while you settle yourself. Because in order to establish yourself in this business, it takes time. It's not an overnight thing, and you have to be aggressive. It's a very competitive market, a lot of people doing this business, and how do you stand out? You have to differentiate yourself. So while you're doing that, you can do this hack. And again, I have key secrets that I've actually put together a mini course that I share with you, 7 ways to make an extra $70,000 a year. So feel free to check that out. And until the next video, talk to you guys soon, and have a great day. God bless. Yeah, this is actually a piece of the World Trade Center. Incredible. Always brings back memories for me, because I was there that morning. Never forget.